Hello, everyone, and welcome to Malu's Resilient People podcast. My name is Mara. I'm a writer, a healing therapist, and a life coach who have met hundreds of people with amazing life experience to be shared. Stay tuned and feel empowered with this inspirational story. Hi, everyone. Due to technical issues, we are sorry for the quality of the audio present in this video. We apologize for any inconvenience this can cause. Michele Araujo is our guest today. She's an international psychotherapist and tarot reader who has lived her life on a thrilling roller coaster. From Brazil to the top of the world, back to the bottom and up once again, she is showing us today that despite the darkest moments we can face, everyone is a chameleon and can always adapt and reinvent themselves, including you. Hi, Michele.
Thank you so much, Mara, for inviting me to this wonderful podcast. It's such a pleasure to be here with you, enjoying this amazing.
So we are here today in Hampton Common Park. Why are you here today?
Hampton is a very important place to me. It's the longest I have lived in my life, my whole life. It's here that I found my peace and my contentment. And the most important thing is that I didn't want to come here. I was living in Vauxhall, right at the center of the city with all the bars and the bright lights. Yes. And when I had the opportunity to come to Hampton, I really didn't want to come. It was too peaceful. It was too quiet. It was too far away from London. But I have been very happy here. And for me, the message is really that sometimes that door that you don't want to open is the door that is the best to grant. So I am a very happy Hampton here now. I'm already pleased by the words. It's to be here and looking at amazing space. How did you manage to settle if you are a citizen of the world? Mara, I haven't settled because we don't really settle if not within ourselves, The world happens outside. And if we don't keep our space inside ourselves protected, then we will fall apart. It's like a ship in the water. What is important is not the water around the ship. It's not to let the water inside the ship. So, I will never settle because life is life. But I can find peace and solitude and reflection within myself everywhere I am without the need to settle. Because life is life.
Does it mean you have accepted what life brings to you?
No. Acceptance is a very big word, and I think people use this word so much that, it gets a bit boring. It's very unrealistic. But it's not about acceptance. Acceptance is about resilience.
Can you explain a bit?
Yes. Resilience is when you know that you have moments of joy, you have moments of suffering, and you will be resilient enough to go through them. It doesn't matter if I accept or don't accept. The sun is going to rise tomorrow, whether I want it or not. The winter will come in December, whether I accept or not, because that is life, So, again, it's not about acceptance, but it's about resilience and understanding that life happens, life turns. It's not our job to control life. It's our job to experience.
It is a very powerful message from a spiritual spirit as you. Can you tell me a bit about your experience in the spiritual world?
Yes.
Is there any particular experience you'd like to share with us?
Yes. It's a very important question and it's a difficult one too because,
I guess not. I guess you have hundreds of experience you just don't want to share.
But for me, the spiritual world is not very different than the physical world. When people say spiritual, they always think out the invisible. I am seeking the spiritual love. Spiritual is the same as the physical. We have good spirituality, we have bad spirituality, we have good spiritual experiences, we have negative spiritual experiences. The spirit is within us. We are the spiritual beings having a human experience.
I love that.
Where we are right now is a spiritual place because where there is nature, there is life. And in any form of life, there is spirit.
I love that.
Now, a very interesting and powerful experience that I had very recently also carries a degree of pain. And pain in spirituality are sometimes linked. Usually when people have spiritual awakenings, it's through pain, suffering, and loss, and grief. And the point is that there is a difference. Why people wake up with pain and not with pleasure? Yes, because it makes you move. It makes you get out of your comfort zone. If you are happy, if you are in bliss, there is nothing to see. You are only in the present to enjoy. But if you go through a very painful experience, you are forced to get out of where you are and to either seek a solution or seek some sort of assistance, support, guidance, peace, change, move home, move country, is what. But my father died in 2021, and I had to sell my car to assist my family. It was really COVID, I was not working, I didn't have the money, and I had to sell my car. And I really loved that car. It was the car of my dreams, And it was painful to let go of that, but I had to make a choice in which it is hard. Then I came back to England, got on the R70 bus, new life, and I was so disappointed. And anyway, I started to look for a cheap car, and I called someone that I had business before, is a car seller, and I said, "Because if you ever have 500 TV, anywhere you let me know." And days passed, and one Saturday I woke up in the morning, hearing my father's voice saying, "Michele, wake up, because today I will give you it." Wow. I immediately woke up because I believe in the signs. 2 hours passed. The guy called me and he said, "Michele, there is a lovely car here. Do you want to come and see the car?" And I said, "What price?" He said, "Come and see the car." And he didn't have the money. Of course, I didn't have the money. I was on benefits. In fact, I didn't even have credit. So I went, and in the bus, my father was saying to me, "Whatever this man asks, tell him the thing." So I went there, the car was £10,000. Then I said, "Look, in Los Angeles, how can you see? I need a car that costs 500, not 10 Irisons." I had all cracked to write it, and he said, "Come, child, I want you to go perfect." And then I showed them a long story that I was almost bankrupt. I didn't have credit. I couldn't get finance. I couldn't buy the car. And then he told me, "Look, I'm going to tell you something." Thank God he told me the truth, because if I had done a credit sale and discovered that we had lied, that would be worse. But let me tell you something. 10 years ago, I would think that, guys, again, nobody wanted to be on credit. And now I have big confidence. So if whatever you are doing, get you the parts. I like your honesty. Let me speak to my boys and see what I can do. I cannot promise anything that I will do. I said, speak to your boys. 24 hours later, the keys of the car were in, and the car is exactly what I wanted. It's automatic, it's convertible, and the only car that my dad ever gave me was a Fiat, and the car is a Fiat.
How powerful is that?
It was an incredible experience because I didn't care. You have a car swinging. And there will be a car. So we said, "Hell, get up," because today I was given a car. In 24 hours, I had the keys of a car that I could never buy. I didn't have credit. I had friends laughing, saying, "You are the only person in benefits that go through a place and lean forward for brand new car without any money."
Beautiful car, by the way. I can tell everyone at home. Beautiful car.
So, and I think that is a lot to do with the fact that I had to give of my love for a higher good. And it always comes back to you.
Michele, you have met hundreds of people in your life, man. What's the most asked question?
I don't know if there is a most asked question, but there is a very distinguished thing. Usually, people who come to me for tarot reading, they want to know about the future. And people who come to therapy, they want to understand the past. So what I take from that is it's all about really meaning and purpose and finding some sort of insight in that experience. It's easy to say that people who come for tarot readings are coming because of their love life, but that is not true. I have had many clients that they come because of their working situation or a family dilemma or difficulties in choosing a career. And it's the same as if to say that everybody that comes for therapy is because they are going crazy, is because they cannot cope with life. That goes into the realm of generalization, and I find that very dangerous. So I would say that the most pertinent thing is about meaning and purpose. Meaning, why is this happening? Purpose, what am I going to do about? An identity. Who am I in the middle of that?
You said something very interesting so people come to therapy to look for the past. People come to tarot to look for the future. Is there anyone living in the present?
That is an extremely important observation. And you are absolutely right. Not many people are living in the present. I mean, if we look at the world, I don't blame them because we had seen chaos, we had seen death, we had seen war. No wonder people are trying to For the past, there's a nostalgia kind of thing, or for the future, as if to reflect, are we ever going to get out of this pit of fire, But living in the present is important because it's the only thing we have. What people should put to the middle is present, because, as you said, lots of people are just focused on future. I'm going to do this after work. I'm going to do that holidays. I'm going to do that and that and that in a couple of months ahead. Okay. I think people could reflect on the fact that today is yesterday's future. So if we are thinking, okay, on Monday, I'm going to stop smoking. Today is last week's Monday, if you understand what I'm saying. So the present really is the only thing we have. I'm not saying we start now, here now, today, because that is really like patronizing people, The present for me is the here and now. There is no future without the present.
Zero. So do you think people look for the parrot to have a kind of assurance that things will work out, that things will be good?
Yes, they do. But what they forget is that not in every answer is a yes. That's the most difficult part, because, it's all very good. I'm coming for a startup meeting, because I want to make sure that it's going to be all right. My relationship is going to work. My job is going to be okay. I will pass this interview. But like everything, we are not really yes people. So people who come for the tarot region, one, they should be aware that what we give is only one of the many possibilities they have. Second, they should be aware that not every question will be answered with a yes. Really frustrated client, but clients who come back 6 months later and say,
that our assurance. And people who look for therapy, do you think they are only looking for healing?
Sometimes they all look for understanding, especially when we deal with trauma. The question is, why this happened to me? Why me? And then in existential therapy, my comment to that is, why not you?
Took them the other way around.
Yes. Why not you?
Because, some people, they think you need to go through trauma to be able to help it to fast my trauma.
No, that is, I think people who go to trauma, they emerge as they change. They become different people. But to say that, to work with other people, you have to have gone through pain, that is diminishing the people who haven't gone through pain and who still are fully entitled to help others. You don't have to have your pain credentials. Look, I have been in pain. I have been through loss, and now I'm here to help you. Actually, it's very dangerous.
Is understanding the empathy, yeah?
Is being empathic. That is the key. Because what happens is that sometimes people who go through pain, they think that entitles me. But remember that my pain is not your pain, and my pain is not bigger than your pain, and my pain is not more important than your pain, and my pain doesn't qualify me to talk about pain. A human can talk to another human. You don't have letters under your name to connect with another human being. All you need is to be open, to have empathy, and to listen to the other person's experience without needing to give your opinion on what thing is and what thing is not and what you should do or should not do, because I did it this way. I did my way, you do your way.
Do you think there is a missing empathy feeling in the world?
Yes, I do. And that is very dangerous, because we have stopped putting ourselves in other people's shoes. We have stopped seeing from another person's perspective. People prefer to judge instead of understanding. And I'm not saying that right is not right and wrong is not wrong. Right is right and wrong is wrong. But empathy is when you understand that that person may be wrong, but he still has the right to be heard. You don't need to be right to be entitled to be heard.
And the acceptance, as we spoke before, accepting the others. There is kind of a sense of like your freedom stops when it affects the freedom of the other person.
Yeah. And it's the same as, if nobody is loved and someone is hurt by your joke, it's no longer a joke.
Totally agree. So there is a space for everything.
Yeah.
Right. Michele, is there anything that you would like to say to the people out there that are listening to you today in this amazing spot?
Well, I really love what to say to people today, so Japan, but what I would like to say to people is that life operates in life thorough. Not either not in reference, is in life service. And instead of swimming against the tide, and I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to win, life is not a battle to be won. It's something to be experienced. There will be pain, there will be happiness, there will be joy, and there will be beauty. Right in the center of that, going through every single moment, not knowing what comes next. Living with uncertainty is truly living, because there is no certainty. There is only life and we.
Wow, right. That was a very powerful message from Michele. Very inspiring. Thank you, Michele. Thank you for joining us today. I love this. Really grateful for you to have you here today. Really grateful to be here in this park. And thank you guys for watching us out there. Following us on our links. We're going to have all the links on our description. And follow our Instagram account, guys. See you in the next episode.
See you. Thank you so much.